Hello and welcome, Joshua Oosters.
Hello.
Joshua, tell us who you are and what you did.
So I'm Joshua. I run this YouTube channel.
Wow.
And I also play Digimon sometimes. And this weekend we played the organized play event regional in London, which was like the first big real life event, or one of the first real big real life events I played, and I got top 8. So,
Congrats.
nice. Yeah.
Okay, let's dig into the deck.
Right.
Dig into the deck.
As you'll see, the deck I decided to play was Gaiomon. I played D-Brigade at the starting format for a while. But I really felt that the deck is really good though, like D-Brigade is very nice. But I really felt I didn't have a lot of control about the outcome of the games.
Mm-hmm.
And with this deck I really feel like you're almost always really in control, and like the way you play really decides the outcome of the game. But with Commander I didn't really feel that, or at least like a lot less than I do with this deck, which is why I decided to play this. And I actually think it's like legitimately the best deck in the format. It's like Alphamon, like consistency wise, maybe like a little bit less, but it doesn't make that much of a difference. But it's like even more resilient and even better at like outing stuff and breaking boards. But I'll get to that when I show the cards I'm playing.
Excellent.
Yeah. Alright, so I played 5X. The first 4 are Discoromon, it's the plus 1000 if you have Greymon in the name, or Agumon, which sometimes comes up when you're swinging with the little guys. Honestly, like I used to think this one was better.
Mm-hmm.
It's the draw one, but like non-ironically, you deck out with this deck all the time in grind games, which is absolutely insane, of course. And I obviously don't want to do that because then you lose, even like when you should be winning. Which is why I decided to go for this, and this also really helps you reach certain thresholds, which is really important. Like if you have to beat over DefX and stuff, if you just have this and the plus 2000 Agumon, your Gaiomon will be 16,000, which is enough to beat over the DefX, which is actually important, and also helps you reach certain just DP thresholds in the security. Like for example, Uryuken, you don't want to die, swing into security of course, and this really helps you just get to a point where you just always basically swing with jamming because your guy's just that big.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one draw Coromon. I wanted to play 5X because security control is kind of important, and you will get to the 5X usually when you're playing that matchup. But this is obviously the superior act, but I think 5X was fine, to be honest. I played against security control twice, so it was worth it, I think. Then moving on to the main deck, we're playing a bunch of Agumons. The first one is this one. I already talked about it, the plus 2000 one. It's the best one to evolve to in Raising because again it makes you reach that threshold. Not really much to say about that anymore. Then I'm playing this Agumon, which is the one that searches for an Omnimon and one of its line, basically. Just a consistency card is why you compared it to the X-antibody deck, the Alphamon deck, right? Yeah, it just helps you dig to your pieces, and like once you build up the really good stack after you've added stuff, then you should be winning, so that's nice. And then this card does literally the same thing, except you can't add both Omnimon and one of its line, but that's not really relevant. You can potentially add X-antibody, but that's not in the deck, because the only Digimon you would like to evolve into with the option would be Gaiomon, which has Blitz anyway. So. But yeah, I decided to not play the Black Agumon simply because I want to run maximum consistency. And then I know you might think the Black Agumon will usually actually add 2 cards, which is very strong of course. But you will have situations where you can't evolve over your Black Agumon because you like don't have this to evolve over the Black Agumon, for example, and not your Red Greymon can't evolve over it, which is a little bit annoying. I thought it was fine. I did miss the rookies sometimes because I'm only playing 12. I really like to play like 14 or something, but I made some other deck building decisions which help with that, which you'll see in a moment. So yeah, just 12 level 3s, all Agumon. Then for the level 4s, I'm playing 10, which are all Greymon. This of course, just a staple. It really helps you with the control aspect of the deck because it makes you a really big unoutable stack, a blocker, which is obviously very strong. Yeah, I don't think I have to explain that much about this. And it also, if you have this in the stack, it allows your what's it called, the Blackwargreymon to delete Tamers as well if you can't get to the Metal Greymon. So that's cool. And then what makes it even better is that now you have discard, which you can just evolve on top of it, and then you can evolve your regular red Metal Greymons over it as well, which makes it a lot better. Like the previous form, when this didn't exist, you would sometimes just like you couldn't evolve over it, which is very annoying. But now you usually don't have that problem, and this is like one of the reasons the deck is good, because it makes for a really strong stack, really hard to out. Like there's almost no outs to it except for Chaos Degradation. So yeah, that amazing, stable. And then I'm playing one of the security plus one Greymon and one of this Greymon. Basically this one is really good in the mirror, because it's really important to go for like a huge swing and then just finish the game in one turn, or really pressure your opponents. But I think this one is really nice as well, because it combos really well with a card I'm going to be showing later, because you can evolve over your Agumon for one memory essentially. Which sometimes helps you build up the stack that you usually couldn't if you're forced to pay 2 for the cost of the Greymon. And so sometimes your opponent will not account for this card, and then they just get blown out by it. And then also the DP effect is really relevant, because again it makes you reach certain thresholds. Like if you build a stack with this and the plus 2000 Agumon, there's like literally nothing.
Nothing it can't destroy.
Yeah, exactly. This card is really good, but this one's also really good. So
Just one of each.
yeah, I wish there was more space to more level 4s. But I really didn't have a problem seeing them, to be honest, during the main event, because again you're playing just so many surf cards. So yeah, just 10 level 4. Then for level 5, I mean, it's like
Staple.
yeah, one of the best cards in the decks, right? It makes your stack so threatening. Like you have this huge thing, and your opponent, honestly, he can't play stuff to the field because he will just get attacked over. And then if the Blackwargreymon on top of this, the Blackwargreymon even restands, and then it can just stack security, which is absolutely insane. The D-Digivolve effect is very strong as well, especially with the Ophanimon deck being kind of popular. I did play against it in the event as well. It's just so good to just D-Digivolve the Ophanimon and just run over the Digimon that's on top of it, and then they don't get to bring anything back. And yeah, really good. Then I played double of the Blackwargreymon X. Again, this really helps with the push, because you get the security attack +1, and against decks like security control, it's very relevant that you really want to go for one big push when you're playing Congo, for example. And then the plus 3000 DP, again, like it just allows you to run over everything. And it's just nice to have an X-antibody in every level. When you're playing Cool Boy, you really need to dig for a certain level that there is at least a chance that you will get to it. And then I'm playing double Ultras mode. The evolve effect definitely does come up when you're trying to pop memory blockers and stuff like that. But it's mostly just like the 5th and the 6th Greymon X, because it has the same effect. And it definitely came up where I couldn't find the Greymon X, but then I could evolve into Metal Greymon, go into this, and then build up the stack and still feel really secure.
Sorry about that.
Yes, it's okay. It wasn't your ambulance that drove by.
You don't know that.
So yeah, 8 level 5s. I think that was perfect. Maybe I would play a 3rd Metal Greymon X over the 2nd Ultras mode, but
Okay.
it was good. Then for the level 6s, I'm playing 3 of this and 3 of this. That's it. I really didn't feel I needed to play any other level 6 War Greymons or anything. I did play the BT1 War Greymon that like doesn't check security cards, or doesn't trigger security cards. It doesn't certainly check them. But
really useless card. It doesn't check security.
yeah,
Okay.
very bad. Security attack +1 and then doesn't check anything. But I really feel like it wasn't necessary after I added the combo to the deck. So yeah, 3 of this just really good, really helps you control the board state against certain matchups like the mirror match against Alphamon. Even against Melga, this can be really good, where you can blow up like a Davis and a Cool Boy. Sometimes you blow up like triple Cool Boy, which is like insane, of course. Against security control, it's also one of the best cards you can, because you can pop like their minis and their Karis to shut them off their Chaos Degradation from hand, which is very nice. And then, I mean, yeah, just very strong card, right? I'm really happy I could top an event with this card in my deck, because I played like the entire BT8 format and it just it wasn't very good. It was just way too slow, but Gaiomon really made up for that just with, you know, printing every keyword in existence on this card. They give the deck a huge boost, and this card, it just literally does everything, right? It has reboot, security deck +1. The D-Digivolve and Blitz on Evolve is insane, especially against like Alphamon with the Uryu can just like D-Digivolve it, and then you can swing over 100% with the Blitz. and then after that it just reboots, and then it usually is a blocker, and you just have like this giant unoutable stack. It really threatens your opponent with the security deck +1. I mean, yeah. What is there to say about it? It's just one of the best boss monsters in the game, I feel. And then I just play one Blitz on Mon for level 7.
Finisher.
I think this is fine. I always have it. I can always finish the game with it. Yeah, you play a lot of searches for it because a lot of the Gaiomon search line just also adds it, right? And you draw like so many cards with all the X-antibodies and the cool boys and stuff that you usually will see it. And it's not like you need it, right? It's just like nice to have as a game finisher. I didn't like miss something like the unknown X-antibody because I really feel like you don't want to evolve over your level 6s if you're not finishing the game, just because the level 6 are so strong. So yeah, this is fine. Then moving on to the Tamers, I know a lot of people are playing Tai, but I want to play Hero just because I feel like with this card you can always build up to a game stage where you're just 100% winning. There's like no cards that are gonna out your Gaiomon if you're swinging at your opponent's security with like 20k, which it's just that actually happens. And I really feel like extra security check you get from Tai, it really isn't necessary. You're really playing more of the control game than the aggro game. I only feel like Tai is a little bit better in the mirror match because the +2000 isn't relevant because you reach all the thresholds anyway because all their boosts are only in their turn. But this just makes you feel so safe, right? Sometimes you can even swing with your Blackwargreymon X with this boost and then you're 100% guaranteed to just survive the check, which is amazing. So yeah, I really liked this as the memory tamer. And then I played triple cool boy. Yeah, what's there to say about this card, right? It's borderline broken. It generates so much advantage. The adding effect, if you miss it, doesn't even really matter. Just draw one and gain the memory. Again, it just allows you to build up your stacks where you previously couldn't. Like if you start off your turn with hero, so you start a 3, or even if they choke in, if the memory boosts up, you can just go like Greymon evolve to Greymon X. Cool boy, go to 4 memory, evolve into Metal Greymon, out something, and then after that even evolve into Gaiomon or the Blackwargreymon, which is just kind of crazy. I felt like 3 was enough because I am playing 4 of the memory boost. Definitely wouldn't play any less of this. This just does so much. It's why I felt comfortable playing 12 rookies, and this card's also just amazing when they hit in security. Like, I'm not playing any security bombs, but when they hit this in security, like you can sometimes just blow them out by just suddenly going into the stack where they didn't anticipate you would be able to. Yeah, this card's just amazing. Then I already mentioned it previously, but I'm playing 2 Congo, and this card's really good. Like, it allows you, sometimes it will allow you the time you need to build up your stack. And then against security control, like when you finally build up the really good stack to go for the giant push, you can just Congo them, swing for like 3 or 4 checks. Your guy won't be outed by Chaos Degradation. If they hit the Hell Scythe, they bring back the Magna Entrymon, it doesn't do anything. And then in their turn again they can't recover, so you can usually like swing for game on the next turn. And again, you're drawing so many cards that you will usually see them. Yeah, this card's amazing. Like, if I didn't draw my entire deck every game, then I would play more, but I think 2 is fine. And then for the best card in the deck, a lot of people are not playing this, but this card is absolutely insane.
Okay, tell us more about this card.
Yeah, so it's win rate 60%, should be called win rate 100% because that's just how good this card is. Basically, it says if you have a Tamer in play, you can play it ignoring color requirements. So if you have Hero in play, you can just play this. And you're playing 5 Tamers, so you will usually have a Tamer in play. And then basically what it does is you are evolving your Metal Greymon or into your Blackwargreymon for 0 or for 2, just for the cost of discard, and into your Gaiomon for 1. So what this does is, and if your opponent has choked you, and they really don't expect you to go, or to be able to go into a level 6 from whatever stick you already have, suddenly you will just be easily be able to do that by playing this card, because your Metal Greymon will only cost 2. Then you evolve into it, and then you can go into Gaiomon, who has the Blitz effect, so you can just out their stack, and they will usually not see it coming because this card's not very popular in this deck. And sometimes if you have 2 of them, you can just literally build up your entire stack out of nowhere and just win the game like that. It's just a really crazy card. You add it to your hand in the security, and it really helps you win games that really would be unwinnable if you didn't play this card. You will usually be able to activate it, like if you draw it early game is a little bit, because you also first need to play the Tamer, of course. But late game, and you will usually go to late game just because the deck really forces that on your opponent by playing a lot of removal. You will see it, and eventually it's gonna help you go for that huge swing, which you aren't expecting, and just take the game like that. Yeah, this card was probably the best card in the deck. Like, no cap, it's actually absolutely insane. Yep.
Alright, thank you very much for the deck profile. Any words on your matchups?
Yeah, so round 1 I played against D-Reaper. I obviously was very happy because it's literally impossible to lose that matchup, which was 2-0. Then after that I played against Alphamon, also 2-0. Then after that I played against Security Control, which was 2-0. Then I played against Metal Garuru, I think, which was 2-0. Then I played against Security Control again, which I should have won 2-0, but like I got too excited like in game 2, and then I ended up accidentally drawing my entire deck, and he had 3 security left, but I did have a game, but then his security was like Holy Flame, Hell Scythe, and like some other insane security cards. And even through the Holy Flame I was gonna kill him, but then because of the Hell Scythe I couldn't, so that was a little bit
Too much.
Yeah, it was my own fault, and then we drew because there was not enough time to play the game 3. And then I played against Alphamon in the last round, which was 2-1. Ended up 4th after Swiss, 5-0-1. In top 16 I played against Melga, which was 2-0. Again, shout out to him, very nice guy. Actually, shout out to all my opponents, like all my opponents were super, super nice. And then in top 8 I lost to the eventual winner of the event in a mirror match. Because game 8, I feel like he just had a little bit more gas than I did, and game 2 my hand was like Greymon, Metal Greymon, Metal Greymon, Metal Greymon, Gaiomon, Blitz Omni or something, so it just wasn't good, and he could actually build up the stack. So yeah, sadly the run ended there. I was really happy with how the deck performed. Yeah, just some shoutouts, I guess. Shout out to Matthijs and Edwin, the travel buddies. Matthijs also made it to top 8. His deck profile should also be on the channel. Mastemon, very cool, check it out. Shout out to Tom, who would have traveled with us but couldn't, sadly, because like something about the big C, I don't know. And then shout out to Bruce as well. Shout out to Captain Kid, because he brought me a lot of luck this event, and yeah, just super excited to be playing a big Digimon event internationally, and really looking forward to more of those. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much, and until next time.
Yep,
ciao.
bye.